My name is Jessica Biggie, and the title of my speech is Social Media Repercussions. I believe that many people don't realize how big of an impact social media can have on our lives and how public our Facebooks and Twitter accounts really are. Even if we have privacy settings, people can still see into our lives, and people who are our friends can share things that we say with their friends, and things can go viral within a matter of minutes. When I think of an online presence, I think of somebody behind their computer screen, typing on a keyboard, or behind their phone. Sometimes it's a lot easier to say things when we're not in person. It's easier to maybe take a stance on hot topics such as politics or religion or race. Sometimes we may say things online that we would not say in person. For example, this speech is much easier for me to do online rather than in a classroom setting. I think there is plus sides to the internet and online and social media. For example, businesses can get advertisement out. For example, maybe a car salesman can advertise his business online. He can get publicity. Also things such as reviews. There's things such as Yelp and Google reviews. You can type in a car salesman's name and get probably several reviews for them. There's also pitfalls and dangers. Sometimes we write things on a public forum and we take a stance on religion or race or how we feel about a certain event that's going on. We don't realize that, or many people don't realize that that can be seen all over the world by whoever wants to look at that forum. I think that the ability for a hiring manager to look at someone's Facebook before they hire them is a good idea. And if I owned a small business, I would probably do the same thing before I hired someone. You can get a good idea on who someone is by looking at their social media and what they do in their personal life. For bigger corporations, that might not be as easy to do. It might be time consuming. As stated by Stephen Greenhouse in the article, even if it enrages your boss, social net speech is protected. And this article was written in New York Times. Stephen Greenhouse stated, the National Labor Relations Board says workers have the right to discuss work conditions freely without fear of retribution, whether the discussion takes place at the office or on Facebook. And Stephen Greenhouse is an American journalist and labor workplace correspondent for New York Times, so he's familiar with workplace rules and regulations. This article discusses how many workplaces have fired people for comments that they've made on social media regarding their workplace. And this same agency, the National Labor and Regulations Board, has ordered many big corporations to rewrite their social media rules. So basically, the National Labor and Regulations Board is saying that people should have freedom of speech, and it's not illegal to speak out on your workplace conditions or how you feel about a certain thing going on in your workplace. I personally think discussion of work on social media is unprofessional and should not occur. People do have freedom of speech, and it is your own choice if you want to speak out on something going on at your work, but just know that it may have repercussions. Whether it should cause something as severe as termination, I guess should depend on the severity of the comment. If someone were to say something such as, oh, another long day at work dealing with my boss, yeah, that's inappropriate, but it should not cause termination. If someone were to comment on their boss's race or the way they run their business, that's inappropriate, and maybe that should cause termination. Keep in mind that the internet is a public place, and this day and age, things can be screenshotted and sent to thousands of recipients in a matter of minutes. Things can go viral in a matter of minutes. Maybe a personal diary is a better choice than social media.